Hey folks, my name is Jürgen, aka Nerd and Proud of It, and Destiny has brought you to my channel today to discuss if Lord of the Rings is the most successful Magic the Gathering set ever. It might be. The sales are going crazy, everybody is going crazy. The serialized cards are totally out there for a lot of money, and in general I think the whole hype around the set is as something we have never seen before, and even maybe, the most hyped Magic the Gathering set ever. Let's discuss. I am switching to the website here, starting the screen recording, and we're first gonna have a look at the prices. And to my surprise, up to now, okay, the set officially releases on the 23rd, so next Friday. But the prices are holding up. It's crazy. It's 400 something bucks for a German collector booster box. It's still about 160 bucks for a regular draft booster box over here in Europe, and I know in the US it's quite similar, at least what I saw, and 600 bucks, folks, for an English collector booster box over here in Europe. And remember, when I show you Games Island, they are normally the cheapest one around because they buy from Wizards of the Coast directly and not via a distributor. What does that say? That say the sales are still going strong, even in the pre-order phase. A lot of parties, they already delivered last Friday. They still have it marked as pre-order here, which is the little purple symbol or mark up above the boxes. Set boosters also still quite expensive. To me, honestly, I can't imagine the prices will stay high long, because everything is printed to oblivion. They know this set is successful, and this set would be successful. Look at the content. Everybody's talking about Lord of the Rings here. Everybody. All the content creators around Magic the Gathering are focusing on Lord of the Rings, and that's okay because it's the main thing at the moment. Even I made a Lord of the Rings video. We're gonna have a look at that in a minute, but I normally am not very trend sensitive. I just talk about whatever I wanted and whatever I want, and I wanted to talk about Lord of the Rings. If you go to my feed here, there's a Lord of the Rings video, and there are a couple more here, there as well, and a little bit sorcery, of course, because that interests me. But in general, everybody out there is talking about Lord of the Rings, and the hype doesn't die down. Probably not until maybe 2-3 weeks after release. If you look
folks,
wow.
My name
That started by itself. Okay, fair enough. I switched it off. Look at my channel as well. If I do a Lord of the Rings video, it gets more views than the other videos at the moment. So that, to me personally, is an indicator Lord of the Rings is hot.
Met priority.
And again, the sound starts by itself. Let me switch that off. Also, what of course is very clear is not only that the prices hold, not only that everybody talks about it, but like I said, that the openings or videos about the set are getting a lot of attention as well. Press is paying attention to Lord of the Rings, to the set, of course. Everybody is just all about Lord of the Rings at the moment. Does that mean, look at the prices here. These are like regular prices, and we're talking about a lot of expensive cards. Of course, the booster boxes are the most expensive. But there are some cards that, the Mithril chainmail thing. Nice equipment which gives indestructible. I get it. This is the most expensive card on MTG Goldfish at the moment. I see single sales already picking up as well. I see people selling them, and I see them actually flow through. And that's, of course, just with the product that has gotten into people's hands. Most of the product has been released last weekend. And I think the smaller stores will release it next weekend. But in general, Yeah, a lot of expensive cards here still. I can't imagine those will hold up. Neither, at least the price won't hold up. But yeah, it is what it is. So, folks, brings us to the question. Wizards of the Coast will tell us this is one of the most successful, if not even the most successful set ever. Brings us also to the fact that Universes Beyond, after Warhammer and after a couple of successful secret lairs, maybe Stranger Things, maybe even the first one, Walking Dead, or maybe Street Fighter, a lot of other crossovers, of course, are coming up, the Doctor Who stuff, and so on and so on. They are gonna re-release this one around Christmas again to cash in again, which is crazy. Will this success determine the future of Magic the Gathering? And of course the answer is yes, it will. The future of Magic the Gathering will be more and more about crossovers. Also, everybody has forgotten about the 30th anniversary edition. Everybody is not interested in a reserved list or vintage anymore. People are spending big amounts of money on these serialized cards, which is kind of the new reserved list if you look at it, because those cards can't be reprinted with the numbers. Of course, you can always print new serialized cards, which is the fun thing, but Wizards won't burn their hands on reprinting the reserved list if they just can print money here. Let's have a look at some of the sales. Of course, there is a standing offer. I think that would make it the most expensive Magic the Gathering card ever. 2 million for the One Ring, 1 of 1. And we've seen sales of number 1 of the Dwarven rings. I think 700 is Dwarf, 900 is Human, and 300 is Elf, right? $13,000. Crazy stuff. Does that indicate, yeah, people don't want the Black Lotus anymore? They want the Dwarven Ring serialized. eBay is full of serialized cards already, in the thousands. Look at just the with bids, not like asking price, but the first card you saw here has been bid up to a couple of $1,000s. Yeah, we will release, or they will release, not us. Wizards of the Coast will release sales numbers, absolutely, because they will ride this success. They need some good press, and they will ride this wave. Definitely be telling everybody how awesome it was, and that everything is fantastic now, and please all forget the shitty stuff we've done. But it's like a ruse for them. It's perfect. Nobody's focusing on anything else anymore. A lot of the rings is the talk of the day. I still think it's a bit difficult to understand, but this might be it's not difficult to understand for me that this might be the most successful Magic the Gathering set ever, because the IP is phenomenal. Of course, we all love Lord of the Rings. That's what got most of us into fantasy. Even the younger generation now, with the movies beginning of the 2000s, have lived and grown up with Lord of the Rings, where it was the books and the old movies for us. Now it's the new movies. I love the new movies as well, like crazy. Everybody loves Lord of the Rings. The series is on Amazon Prime. It's just enormous. The IP is enormous, and it has a lot of followers. And those followers tend to like stuff like board games, and not only because, of course, everybody loves Lord of the Rings, but the synergy definitely is there. You get what I mean. I mean, the affinity towards these kind of games like Magic the Gathering, board games, whatever, Lego, name it. The affinity is there, and this is what makes this so successful. But what I can't understand is, personally, I know the One Ring is very rare, but is it worth 2 million? Maybe to one person it is, fair enough, but the Dwarven Ring for $13,000, you can get an unlimited Black Lotus in plate or like MP condition, well, it's still a fucking Black Lotus. And that's the most iconic card of Magic the Gathering. So to me, it's a bit difficult to understand where the priorities lie. But that means for the future as well, old cards might hold a little bit of value, but there is a different target group out there. The target group that looks for stuff like this, serialized cards, one-of-one rings. People are playing lottery with the collector boxes. 600 euros for a collector box. That's crazy to me. That's a case for more than 3,500 euros, and that's even more in US dollars at the moment. I think, let's say, almost 4,000 US dollars for a case. The cards you can get for that. I understand the notion of gambling, but and the strange thing to me as well, folks, I know there's not a lot happening on screen here, but the strange thing to me as well is that everybody I talked to during the recent videos and in the comments and on Discord and so on, and in person, I talked to a couple of my buddies because we were interested in buying a box, but all of them said, yeah, I'm not gonna get anything now, because I think it's too expensive. I'm waiting a bit because prices will come down because they print so much of it. The amounts of boxes must be enormous because the IPs were expensive, so they want to sell as much as they can. If those end up in landfills in the end, in a year or so, that's an interesting question. But in general, I think it's very likely. I would be really surprised. I will revisit this video, but I will put like $20 on the fact that the prices of the booster boxes, normal, draft, set and collector, will come down a couple of weeks after release. It will cool off. I can't imagine they short printed this. Impossible. I'm also very curious if the price of the one ring will stay that high. Not the one out of one, but the one ring that is in every bundle, which is strange to me as well. It's always the same card. But yeah. What do you think, folks? I think Wizards of the Coast has hit a home run. I think they're gonna milk this, not only sales-wise, but PR-wise as well. They're gonna use this to distract everybody from the last couple of months where things have been awful and everybody has been hating on them a lot. And that's okay. If it's a good product, it's a good product. Just because Wizards of the Coast released it doesn't mean that we should bitch about every product. If it's okay, it's okay. Sometimes to me it's a principle thing to not support a company that I am not in line with when it comes to their actions, but if they don't mess with the reserved list anymore, I'm okay with stuff like this and buying a box here and there to play. Not really into collecting recent stuff, but hey, that's what it is. Everybody their own thing. A lot of people apparently are. Let me know, folks, what you think. Will this be the most successful Magic the Gathering set ever? Will this, together with the Christmas release, just annihilate every little bit of budget that might go into other stuff or reserved list or whatever? Will the next sets actually have trouble? I honestly think like sets like Eldraine will be short printed because they know people just spend so much of their money, or they just reprint everything to oblivion again this year and they just short printed in the beginning of the year to maximize FOMO for the rest of the year. You never know. But let me know in the comments. I'm really curious. If you stayed this long in the video, our code word is Yoda. Add that to your comment. That means you stayed until the end of the video and watched it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button because it really helps. Consider to subscribe if you actually like these kind of videos and more of them. And a little big thanks to my patrons as well, of course, not only to my viewers subs, but also to my Patreons for supporting this channel. It's with your support, folks, that this channel can stay independent and I can say whatever the fuck I want here, and I really appreciate that. It's awesome. Let me know if you liked the video. Let me know what your opinion is about Lord of the Rings. Let me know if you already bought some boxes, if you're hunting the One Ring. I'm very curious. Stay healthy, folks. Stay frosty. I wish you a great week next week, and I talk to you next time. Thanks a lot for listening. Bye-bye.